everyone, welcome back to Beauty and the Broken. My name is Heather, and the purpose of this channel is to seek and create beauty, sometimes out of a complete mess. And I don't think this one's going to be a complete mess, but I think we can get some beauty out of it. So, all right, so today I am doing a simple, I guess, resin ocean scene. And I've got these set up exactly like this for a reason, because this one has gotten bent. So I'm using the pressure of these two to keep these ends as straight as possible. This one doesn't look perfect, but it'll work. It'll work for today. So what am I doing? I have 250 milliliters of resin mixed up, and today I'm using Glare resin, and it is a odorless, non-toxic, self-leveling, bubble-free, excellent UV protection, and one-to-one resin. So I've already used up the other resin that I told you I started, because I've been working really hard on making these trinket dishes. So that's part of the blue series, and then I've got silver. That one's going in the coffee shop this weekend. And I've done all different colors, all different critters. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm starting on this new resin now. And I got these critters, but they're flat on the back, as you can see. And they have a white backing. So they just wouldn't work for the trinket dishes. So I thought what I would do is make up some aqua colored resin, and I would put some of these facing down because these are upside down, so we'll face them down, and then with the aqua colored resin, and then once they cure, then I'm going to demold them and put a couple more on top, so we have a three-dimensional we get that three-dimensional effect. So it is extremely hot here, and hopefully you can hear the birds serenading us. So we are out in the open, and, you know, it is just super, super hot. So what I'm going to do first is color the resin, and then I'm going to decant into two other containers so that, we don't get a flash cure for it being too deep. So I'm using Resiners resin dye. I have the light blue and the apple green. And I'm going to start, oops, let's shake that up off camera so I don't make anybody dizzy. Okay, and I'm going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do 5 of the green, and I'm going to do 10 of the blue, because this is a lot of resin. Let me shake that one up just in case. Okay, and I do want a hint of the blue, the aqua color. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't want it to be too deep of a color because I want to see all my critters. Let's see, so mix that up. And it will always look darker inside the container because it's deeper. And I can see from the side, you guys can't see, and I'm not gonna show you because if I tip it, I can see that there's a little bit of color on the bottom and a little bit of color on the top, but it's not thoroughly mixed in. So what I'm going to do is something I've seen Julie Cuts of Pouring Your Heart Out do so many times, and it's really helpful, and that's just to take a couple drops and put it on a paper towel, because that's going to give you a much better representation of what the color will actually look like. Because right now this is looking, first of all, it's looking very green, and it's looking very dark. Oh wait, I have green gloves. Oh, that doesn't help much. So let me put that down and grab paper towel, just so we can see what this might end up looking like. Okay, so that's a pretty light color, and I think that will give us the illusion of water without completely impeding the colors of our critters. All right, so now what I'm going to do, set that aside, and I am going to, like I said, I am going to decant into these 2 smaller containers while I prep the molds. And I'm going to prep the critters also, because they are not flat on the top and I am putting them in upside down. I'm going to coat the tops of them to help reduce bubbles. Now, this is water. This is simulating water. So I'm not I'm not that pressed, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not that pressed to completely eliminate bubbles because water has bubbles. That's the nature. So, all right, let's begin. Let's begin over here with the, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon. Let's begin with the hexagon. And I'm going to squirt with the alcohol. Yes, to reduce bubbles, but all right. Now, let's see how I want to do this. There's really, okay. I'm going to start with an octopus. Oh, I got these tweezers. Let's see if the tweezers will help. I did go out and buy tweezers. No, not going to help. So I'm going to take this paper towel that I had before, and then, oh, you know what else? Before I start, let's get a little bit in the bottom first. And I think I'm going to do all 3. See, that's already looking lighter than it is here in the cup. That looks like I got a piece of glitter in there. That is okay. All right, I just want the base covered with a little bit of resin before I put my critters in. All right, let's get just a little bit more in there. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and, let's see, don't know if you can't really see that, but all right, so I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of resin on the top of this so that it helps just to prevent bubbles from showing up underneath when I put him down, or her, down onto the, okay, this is just plain gonna get messy because those tweezers are not, let's try one more time with the tweezers. If I hold it, there we go. And I'm going to determine that that is that is, okay. The octopus had a different intention. Okay. All right, now let's do another octopus. And there really is no, we don't have to have a specific up and down. Obviously I do kind of want the octopus. In this one, let's do a crab. I'll do a crab on the square. Now, this is not foolproof. It might still, there might still be some bubbles around these critters. But again, it's water. I'm not too pressed about that. Okay. All right, so let's reduce the depth of that. Okay. All right, what shall we have? Let's do one of these. I think they're called anglerfish. That was the one fish that frightened me. Or maybe I should say startled me when I watched, what was that? Nemo, Finding Nemo movie. All right, so let's take him and we'll put him facing that direction. Okay, and how about a seahorse? And again, I'm not going to make these all the same. We're going to make them a little bit different, each one. Let's see. Let's put the seahorse here, not facing that way. There. There we go. And let's do a green fish in the circle. Kind of apple green color there. All right, and let's have him facing that way. And let's see, what do I need? I need a third fish. So let's put the, looks like an angelfish maybe? And grab there. So I think I'm just going to do 3 in each for today, and then we'll come back and do more. So I want one that's going to face the other direction. This one? Yeah. So let's put this guy. There, and then let's see, how about that guy? Nope, I added bubbles there. You created the very thing you were trying to avoid. All right, let's move him down a little bit so he's not exactly in the same path as this other guy. All right, so I'm going to stop with that, and then now I'm just going to pour directly on the critters first. Oh, let's get him totally covered, and now I will fill up. Oh wow, maybe too tall. Okay. It's not quite doming just yet. All right, I'm going to leave that. Come over here, pour it on the critters. I do feel it starting to warm up. It is definitely summer. All right, put that aside. Start using this one. See how close to the top we are there. All right, I can come back to each one and make sure that they're all topped off. I do like the sounds of the birds though. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my son calls me the crazy bird lady. I love my birds. All right, now let's get that last container. Oops, octopus decided he wanted to move. All right, now I'm going to check. That one looks like the deepest. It looks like they all got covered there. All right, now seahorse has moved. Crab has moved. Those all still look pretty good. I think this one is just not, that may not be the right fish to put in there, but we're gonna see. All right, let's see how deep these are. Created some bubbles. Bubble, bubble, bubble. All right, well, I will pop those in a minute. All right, looks like I can put a little more in there. Still get a little more. Maybe a little more in here. Let's see if I can get any more in here without overflowing. And I just don't think I'm going to be able to get the tip of that. But I can sand that tip off later if I need to. Okay, but that is now doming. All right, all three of these are full. And again, by separating them out so it wasn't so thick, I was able to avoid any flash curing. So, spray with the alcohol. Okay, it looks like all of those bubbles are now gone. What is that? Okay, maybe poke this seahorse down again. Oh, I see why he's popping up. Okay, is that a bubble? All right, doesn't matter if there's bubbles on the back, right? And again, it's the ocean. It's supposed to have bubbles. It's water. Okay. All right, so once these are ready to demold, then I'll come back and I'll put some more critters using UV resin on the tops. So we'll have three-dimensional appearance. Well, no, it will be three-dimensional, not appearance. So which of these critters is your favorite? I don't know. I love the seahorses and I love the octopus, but I think I like this guy too. I don't know. I like them all. They're adorable. All right. And with that, I am going to put you on pause, let these cure, and we'll be back for the demold and part 2. Bye. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It is time to demold these sea creatures. And if you recall, just a minute ago for you, I said that we had avoided the flash cure. And we did, or I did avoid the flash cure in the cups. However, there seems to be evidence of flash curing actually in the molds. And that is, this is probably the best example. So you can see, do you see all of these bubbles? So we can get really close. There are a ton of bubbles in there. That were not there when I turned off the camera. And And so I think my mistake was leaving it in this hot environment, because I think I only left it for like an hour or so and came back to that. And it's not bad. It's not horrible. We'll see what it looks like on the front in just a minute. But again, it's an ocean scene. Ocean has bubbles in it. So as far as projects go that could have this happen, this was a good one. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and demold these. Get these all the way loose. Okay. I think I'll take them all out and then flip them all over. Okay. So the mold is fine. When I ended up bringing them in, oh, and look, this also happened to the, you know, they're different. I guess this is probably the best one. You can see how the eye is raised. If I hold it, it's like sideways there, you can see the eye is raised higher than the tail. So they're not flat on the top. And as a result, the heavier parts sunk in and the lighter parts. So they're at an angle, but that may add to the realism as well, because, you know, they would be floating in the water. They wouldn't exactly be, you know, straight. And then my efforts to keep these straight did not work. But anyway, when I did end up coming out to check on them, they were so hot. Absolutely. It was just incredible how hot they were. So I did bring them inside and space them apart just in case. But all right, let's start with this one with that big old bubble up here in the top. And I don't know what this line is here. So there we go. Yeah, it looks like, it's weird. It looks like it kind of, there's an indentation there. So it's kind of cracked a little bit. I don't know if you can see it at that angle, but you can see from this bubble to there, there is a line, a mark there. There is an interesting line around, it's funny, let's see, it's around this outline here. Kind of interesting how that happened. But again, I can feel an indentation right there. And then there's another one here. I like the little kissy part of the octopus there. So again, I don't consider this a fail. It's bubbles in the ocean. So I think that looks pretty cool. Let's look at this one. And you can see how this one popped out over there, and you can see how it popped out here and there. But again, it's the ocean. This one, the bubbles are actually kind of cool. It looks like perhaps maybe they came out of whatever that part is called. I don't know, mouth, as he was traveling by. So I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with these bubbles. It's not horrible. You know, it's not what you would want if you weren't doing an ocean scene, of course. But, and there's that one. And again, it just didn't, I think this mold is probably not for use for an actual square anymore. And that's a shame. But let's see. And my use of and I don't know if it was because of the flash cure, but my use of putting the resin on to avoid bubbles underneath didn't seem to work. I can actually feel the bubbles right there. So that could just be the flash cure. And I can try this again when it's not so hot, or maybe not fill it all the way to the top and then bring it in and finish it, you know, in a cooler environment. You know, I just like to stay out where it's, where there's ventilation. So, all right. So I'm still going to use UV resin to put, you know, put another fish in there, maybe, you know, maybe put 2 more. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough room. I just wanted, so I'll figure that out. So I'm going to put you on pause and go and get set up for the UV portion, and I will be right back. See you in a minute. Okay, I am back and I have some UV resin to use. I have the Let's Resin UV lamp with all the lights and the supporting base. And we are enjoying a cacophony of sounds today as we have a singing cricket and singing birds. So enjoy the background music. All right, so off camera, I picked a few things to go here. It's a little crowded, for sure. But I just want to see what it looks like and see how it, you know, I guess they could be used as trinket trays, jewelry dishes, cute decoration on your desk. Unfortunately, not big enough to use as a coaster once I put these in the middle, so that takes that functional part away. But I like the idea of the, you know, the 3D look. So I could make more where I put them all inside and then it would be a functional coaster. But I want to try this one. You know, functional coasters are a dime a dozen, and so I just want to try it this way. Now, when I put everything under the UV lamp, I'm going to put it on. So there's 3 settings there: 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to show you. You're not going to sit and make you watch each one under the lamp for the whole time, because that would be pretty boring, right? So I'm going to put it on. When you press this button, it automatically goes to the 2 minutes. And that's just what I'm going to do for each of these. They're small, little bit of UV resin. So I will do each coaster for the 2 minutes. And then actually, no, I can't put 2 under. I can only do 1 at a time. So I'm going to put each one under for 2 minutes. And then I will flip it over and do the 2 minutes on the other side, just to be sure. And yeah, there we go. So let's get started. I'm just going to put, let's see. Now I'm going to put gloves on both hands here. Although the gloves were kind of blocking the glare from my other studio light. Let's see. Let's see. Put my split cup there. Will that block the glare? There. All right. So take the lid off of this. And then I'm just going to pick them up one at a time. Make sure that I'm in there. And I'm going to hold it. You don't have to put a whole lot on, because it will spread. So I'm just going to get a little bit, and then we can put him down there, or her. It's all good. So I'm going to do all 9 of them first, and then start putting them under the lamp. Maybe just a little bit more there. There we go. I thought about using the tweezers, but I think it would be just as easy this way. Let's move him over just a little bit. Man, my cricket is noisy today. I don't know whether he's lost or what, but he is noisy. Let's kind of put him at an angle there. There we go. Seahorse time. And I think I'm going to hold him by the snout. flip. Ah, he's covering the other one. Well, that's not too bad because, you know, in real life, they would be, you know, swimming in the same lanes, so to speak, but one is just right above the other. Put this one kind of close to the edge. It was sticking to my finger there. And this, hold on by that one tentacle. Okay, he's angled the wrong way. Let's angle a little more that way. Completely opposite that one. And then this green fish here. Now, a lot of times I'm not even squirting anything or adding pressure. I'm just using the tip, the nozzle, to spread the resin. Oh no. Okay, now I have to go in and he may need some more. All right, now we have to clean that off because if I put that underneath the lamp like that, it's going to cure and you'll just see this, splotch of resin right there. Sorry for my head. All right, now I need to clean him off a little bit because he got some paint on the back. And I'm gonna try this again. Okay. Now again, just using the nozzle to kind of spread it around. All right, take 2 on the green fish. Maybe move him just a little bit over. Okay, now this angel fish. Cool. And, oh, it looks like I got a little bit. There we go. Okay, and last but not least, this little crab dude. All right, and just put him right by his buddy there. Okay, all right. Let's put this lid on and move it out of the way. Okay, now I'll take these gloves off, maybe stick into my hands because it's so warm. All right, now, like I said, I can only fit one under the lamp at a time. So I'll just move this off completely and put that in the center. I'm going to turn it on and then I will put it on pause so that you don't have to sit here and just all right, that's now done. So you can see those guys aren't moving anywhere. So now I'm going to turn it upside down. Put it under again for another 2 minutes. And I will be back when all 3 of them are done. All right, back with the finished results. So I'll hold them up each one at a time. Okay. So you can see they are firmly attached. They're not going anywhere. So kind of cool. You know, learning curve for sure. So here's glove tan, but these are not going anywhere. Very cool. And last but not least, this one, put that under there. And yep, they're not going anywhere. And then on the from the back, they just look like this. And you can, yeah, you can see how the UV, see that one's still not going anywhere, even though it looks like there's no actual UV right in that spot. But it's cool. I like the dimension. I like the colors. I think it looks neat. So there you go. All right, and I remind you to remember to seek beauty, because it's always there if you look for it. Bye.